Hey YouTube, it's Marita from the Nurse Lounge, and I just finished teaching a class. I'm sitting in my office. As you can see, my new office I will move into in January. So this is my old office, as you can see, with nothing in it, no books, because I'm about to move to our new health science building. But that's not what this video is about. I wanted to talk to you all about the fact that students have asked me, or pre-nursing students have asked me time and time again, which program should I choose, the ADN program or just go straight into the BSN program? Or they have asked me what I have done personally, like why did I choose to go to the BSN program over LPN program or over the ADN program. So I'm gonna go ahead and answer both of those questions in this video right here. So let's go ahead and jump right on in. So I have natural sunlight. I'm sitting by a window right now, so that's what you see. So if you see it shift or the shade shift or whatever, then that's why, because I'm in natural sunlight. So I'm in my office, like I said, and I'm trying to get the best lighting. So you will see, hopefully I can do more videos here in my office, because I actually kind of like this environment. It's kind of quiet here. But anyway, let's go ahead and dive right into the video. So if you want to see what I'm talking about, stay tuned. So my name is Dr. Marita P. I am a registered nurse, been a nurse for 16 years. I am OBGYN is my specialty. I'm also a nurse educator, a nurse mentor, and I am here on my job. Just finished teaching a class, and I just wanted to answer a couple of questions that people have asked me regarding my education and which I feel is the best for people to do. And so this in no way is trying to tell you what to do or tell you, what you should do for yourself, but strictly what your options are and answering the questions that people have asked me regarding what should they do. And they've wanted my opinion on this. This is strictly an opinion. That is all it is. So take what you want to take from it, take the meat, leave the bones, as they say. Do what you need to do when it comes to you and your life and how you govern your life. But this is just my opinion on this, and you can do what you want. So the first question is, most people ask me, either DM me or whatever, and say, should I do the ADN or should I just go straight into the BSN program? And they want to know, why do I say what I say? So my answer to that question is, I feel like it depends on your situation. If you are in a situation where you have to get in and get out so you can start working and you need the money, then you need to go do the ADN program. An ADN program is only 2 years, and since it's somewhat accelerated, you need to go ahead and do that. If money is not an issue for you at all and time is not an issue for you, then you can afford the BSN program. That's another thing. A 4-year program is more expensive than a 2-year program. So if you can afford the BSN program, you need to start with the BSN program. I'm not knocking a 2-year program at all, but the point is, if you have to go back to school anyway to bridge over or to get that 4-year program, you might as well just go ahead and go straight into that 4-year program. So again, if you have no need, if you don't have to wait for any reason, you don't have to get out there and work, you don't have anybody depending on you, or if you do, you have a place to stay, then the 4-year program is best for you. You also need to research the fact that if a lot of places are not hiring, you can always get a job, but there are some hospitals that won't hire a 2-year RN because they are trying to achieve magnet status. If they're trying to achieve or have magnet status, they only want 4-year RNs, okay? They only want the BSN, and that's fact. If you don't mind where you work, or you're able to, shift and move, or you're willing to move to a place that they are taking the 2-year RN, then so be it, do so. But in order to advance, you're gonna have to get the 4-year anyway. And I know so many people who do the 2-year RN, and then immediately, because they can start working immediately start working, but at the same time go ahead the very next semester and go into their BSN program. They'll do either a bridge program to RN to BSN, or some people go to a traditional program even still. So you have to do what's best for you. That is the key to this. Do what is best for you. What is good for you may not be good for me or anybody else. Now, the question that I have for me specifically, people ask me, well, what did you do? Why did you go to the BSN program? Why did you not do the ADN or ASN program? So for me, the situation is quite different. I already had a bachelor's degree. I had a bachelor's degree in psychology. So it did not make sense. If all I had to do was 2 years anyway, I only had to do 2 years. So if I only had to do 2 years, it did not make sense to go to school to be an LPN or a 2-year RN when I would have the higher degree in those same 2 years. So again, I already had a bachelor's degree already. That's the reason why I went to the BSN program straight out of my first degree, because I already had 2 years done in essence, because they were all prerequisites. The prerequisites that I did not have done, I got done during that summer and then started my BSN program that following August. So it did not make sense for me to go to do a 2-year program if I only had to do 2 years anyway, roughly. So that's what I did. So that's the reason why I went to the BSN program. So for any of you all who are on the fence, again, about which one should I do, you need to think about what's good for you and for you only. Again, I've met people who they had small kids, they had, bills, they had things they had to do, they had to work. So they needed to get in and get out and get started and then go ahead and finish with or continue with their BSN program. But that wasn't a situation for me. I was able to not have to do that. So again, I just went straight for the BSN. So hopefully that answered the question that the people have been asking me. They've been asking me, why should I, why would you do one over the other? Should you start with the 2-year, then go to the 4-year? No, you do what's good for you. If you can do the 4-year, go do it. What's stopping you? If you have to start with the 2-year, then go to the 4-year, don't do it. Nothing's stopping you. If you have to be an LPN first, then go to do the 2-year, then go do the 4-year. You're taking the scenic route, but that's what you have to do. That's what you have to do. It's not a problem. You do what's good for you. So like I said, I find that people will get on here and tell what people should do, but at the same time, don't tell people to do their own research. So keep in mind, you have to pay for the 2-year program, and you also have to pay for the BSN program. And you have to figure out, does the time that I put in the 2-year and the time that I have to put into my bridge program, will that still equal 4 years, or is it less time than that? So if you ever have a 2-year program and then you decide you want to bridge over into the other program, it can still take you 18 months to 2 years to finish that program. So you still spent 4 years, even when you bridge. So it just depends on what you do. I've had a lot of people ask me as well, could they just go from the 2-year to the MSN? No, you can't. You have to either bridge, or you have to have a BSN to get an MSN. So you can't just go from ASN or ADN straight to an MSN program unless you bridge over. If you bridge over, that means there's a BSN component to it somewhere where you take BSN classes regardless. You just can't become a 2-year nurse and then decide you're going to be a master prepared nurse. No, a prerequisite to becoming a master prepared nurse is to have a bachelor's degree. So again, you have to go through the steps. For me, I'm just like, okay, let me go ahead and do what I needed to do for that. So that's kind of what I did. Research is what I always tell people. Do not just do what people tell you to do. Do your own research. How much does it cost to go to the 2-year program? How much does it cost to go to the 4-year program? How much does it cost to bridge over if I do the 2-year program? What is my time commitment in these programs? Does it make sense for my life right now to do this? Is there somebody I can stay with in terms of, because you have to do clinicals and stuff like that. And for most BSN programs, even for our bridge program, you still have to do clinicals. Okay, most programs still require you to do clinicals. So, keep that in mind. Now, the clinicals may be a little bit different because the only thing that you're really missing from the 2-year to the 4-year is the community health component and the leadership component. But they still have you do clinicals nonetheless. So you have to factor in time for that as well. What makes sense for one person may not make sense for someone else. So you have to do what's good for you and for you only. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Hopefully I've answered your question. And you can find me on IG, and I'll have the handle somewhere on here if you want to know more about my personal life. I did just finish my DNP this year. So it's great. Now I'm transitioned into a full-time faculty position. I'm teaching now. I moved away from bedside, but I still have a lot to say about how the bedside works. And education is my thing. So I happen to know quite a bit about education and how it goes and what is the best route. But what's the best route is subjective. It's best for whoever it's best for. So anyway, thanks for watching this video, and until the next time, y'all take care. Bye-bye.